Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Lydia Diamond, and this is Tea Talk. And I have a wonderful family member. I love her like family. We might not be blood related, but I love her like family. And her name is Miss Eboni. Eboni, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Eboni Kirkland, and I'm Aaliyah's aunt.
We're going to talk about Aaliyah. Okay. Tell me about Aaliyah. She's your niece, and I remember when she was born, you know. But let's talk about Aaliyah because she's been through some trauma.
Yes, she has. So Aaliyah is a young black woman. She's 23. She has struggled with disabilities, mental health disabilities her whole life. And she was, should I talk about the incident?
Absolutely.
Okay, so on, I believe, August 23rd, she was brutally and savagely attacked in Red Square by a young man who is now deceased. And after the attack, they pushed her out into the alleyway. They pushed her out of the club. They didn't sit her there. They didn't see how she was doing. They didn't call the police. They didn't call for help, ambulance, anything. They pushed her out into the alleyway.
So they just like tossed her out, like
right,
get out.
Right, they just tossed her out.
That's their MO.
Right,
get out.
Right. And in the media, they want to say that, oh, she ran out and ran around. She was in the alleyway, and the main street is the way people go towards their cars. So she was going towards her car. They also told him, her attacker at the time, to leave.
So they kicked them both out.
Right. At the same time, they didn't delay response or you go and 30 minutes later.
What was going on. They
exactly.
just kicked them both out.
Right. Right.
They didn't want nothing to do with what was going on between them. They did no investigation. Just get out.
Right. And another thing is the media is saying that it was a fight. It wasn't a fight. He beat her up in the club. Wow. He punched her in the head. He punched her in her body. He beat her up in the club. And so it wasn't a fight. A fight is two people going head to head. She was a young woman, and he was a young man.
And then what happened?
So when she got around, her PTSD kicked in. She saw him, and like they're saying, it was intentional. It wasn't intentional. She didn't plan to, have that experience, that PTSD.
She didn't go out with the intention.
Right, exactly.
Of having.
She didn't even want to leave. They pushed her out. Yeah, they pushed her out. And so that ensued. It triggered, and unfortunately, and we are very sorry that this loss happened for the Williams family. A life was lost during that time.
Wow.
But that didn't just devastate one family; it devastated both families and the community,
as well as the community.
Many people loved Aaliyah. Aaliyah was born and raised in Burlington. She's a child of Vermont.
I love Aaliyah. I don't condone what happened. And like I said, I've been praying from day one because it was shocking to hear on the news. They made her seem like this monster, no details as to what happened that would make her feel so so harmed that she pulled out a gun and shot him. No details on that. Just this monster came to Red Square and murdered somebody. That was never her intention. But I'm here for you. Tell your story.
Yeah, it's historical in Vermont. It's just the same old, same old. Yes, they demonized her in the media, even when she was attacked in the prison. It had a racially motivated attack in the prison where they threw scorching hot water on her and caused her skin to fall off of her face and her neck. The guards in the facility hesitated took delayed time to take care of her. So it's just this journey for, you know, that Black women have to endure if they want to live in Vermont. And I am not an advocate for Black people living in Vermont because Vermont has nothing real to offer Black people in this state. And as I experienced, and we were re-traumatized by the experience, the sentencing did not match her entire.
What was she sentenced to?
She was sentenced to 13 and a half years.
Oh.
And you know, they didn't consider her emotional. They said because it was on Church Street, as if there was a better street for this to have happened. This should not have happened at all.
But domestic violence is domestic violence.
Right.
Why does the street matter?
Right. And the specialist came in and they gave a very enlightening report, and a psychiatrist and everything, and it all pointed to her PTSD. That wasn't her normal state during that time. It was like from the fight to the time of the shooting was about a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and she's been locked up ever since.
Right, and Red Square has no accountability. All the business, the reason why Red Square didn't want to call the police, because they probably didn't want to mess up their business for the night.
But Red Square has always been that way.
Right.
They have never been held accountable.
Right,
And
exactly.
they don't even think that they should be held accountable.
Right.
But they do play a role.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And it's unfortunate that it's Aaliyah who's suffering.
Right. It all falls on
and
her.
I'm not saying that what she did was right.
No.
Because we don't condone,
No.
you know, gun violence.
No.
But I do understand the PTSD because I battle it myself, you know. And we, as Black women, we don't want to fight.
Right.
We definitely don't want to pull no triggers.
Right.
But like you said, here in Vermont, for us, it's a traumatizing experience to live here.
Right.
You know, we always have to stand up and fight all the time in school, at work, in the community.
Right.
And my biggest worry for Aaliyah was, will she get the help that she needs inside?
Right. And the specialist said no.
Inside of the prison.
Right.
The prison system.
Right.
Because locking her up, okay, you want to hold her accountable.
Right.
But are there women of color who are therapists, psychiatrists? You know, do they exist to help others who look like them? And I know for a fact that Aaliyah does not have that.
Right.
And it's unfortunate because this isn't something, I mean, yesterday I saw her on the news crying, and she was really sorry. She was apologizing to the young man's mother, and it pricked my heart because it's not something she woke up and went out and planned to do. You know, and she is very remorseful.
And she was a contributing member of society. She worked 2 jobs. She was actually there because she was celebrating. She had just gotten accepted into this tech program, and so she was celebrating that. But she's a very hard worker. Even now, while she's in prison, she's going to college. She's participating in a domestic violence program. She's going to spiritual services. Like, she's keeping up, trying to keep up the momentum
trying to maintain
that she had.
Maintain her sanity, which is always in play, and she's always going to need assistance, and I want to offer my assistance in any way possible.
Thank
you know, because I've been to South, what they call it, 4 Cs, the prison in South Burlington, and I just celebrated 29 years from when I was released, and it was a dump then. So can you imagine what it is today? And they want to build a new prison for women Really? Where are the resources to keep women out of prison?
Right.
To help
It's not
them?
rehabilitative.
Not at all.
It's only punitive. It's
Yes.
very old school in Vermont.
Yes.
It's punitive.
That's right.
And there's no amount of years that will ever be able to reverse what happened. And we're sorry for that. And I pray for the Williams family constantly. We have so many people praying. It wasn't just one family destroyed. It was many families.
Yeah.
And her daughter. And she has a 6-year-old daughter who is grappling with this reality, this new reality.
Yeah.
She was just asking me questions
from
about
her mother.
Right.
Baby.
And
hurts.
it's generational.
Yes, it is. Yes, it definitely. I thank God my mama was here when I went to prison. And she came to visit me one time. She said, "What you doing here? You know I'm not coming back." And although I didn't face what Aaliyah is facing, but I did face the trap. And once they get a hold of you, they never want to let you go.
Right.
No matter how you
Slavery.
no matter how well behaved,
Right.
no matter how much you cooperate,
Right.
they set you up to fail, and they never want to let go.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
I appreciate you.
Right.
I appreciate you so much. I prayed for you to come back
Right.
because I know she needed you and her mom and her family, because I miss your mama, you know, and I will always miss your mama because she was one of the greatest friends that I had here, you know, and that's why I say family. We've known each other for so long. The trials and the tribulations that we've been through, and we still here fighting to maintain and to survive and to be respected, because just, you know, it's just overwhelming.
Right.
And it's a lot.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
you, your sister, your niece, the grandbaby, all traumatized.
Right.
And trauma has a way of making you crumble if you don't fight it. You gotta fight it like anxiety and depression, you know, because I feel like, have you heard of Mercy Connections? Okay, so I did a mentoring program through them. I wanted to give back to women who had been to prison, you know, and help them to better themselves and to stay out of prison. But one of the things that Mercy Connections couldn't offer was people of color to assist
Right.
in maintaining your sanity, maintaining fighting depression and anxiety. You know, it's just white people. Not that they can't help,
Right.
but I'm telling you, when I was locked up,
Right.
I needed somebody that
Right.
looked like me
Right.
to help me get
Right.
through.
Right.
You know, and they don't recognize
Who's
that.
gone through your experience, who, and not just look like you, but has gone through what you've gone through, who's been in your place before, and it's empty for Aaliyah right now.
I believe
she has no ability. They just threw the book at her and call themselves throwing her away. No. She has no ability for rehabilitation. What she needs in that correctional facility as it stands. And they knew that, they contemplated that, and they just decided that they didn't care. And that's the criminal justice system in Vermont.
Well, listen, baby, I'm always here for you and for anybody who might need assistance. No matter what it is, you stay in touch.
Right.
And anything you want to say before we close out?
I just want to encourage people to not believe everything they hear. I know that sounds really basic, but you'd be surprised how many people believe in what the media has to offer. I mean, this is just a microcosm of what is going on in our entire country. And if you believe everything that you see on social media and the news, then you know,
check yourself.
Yeah, you deserve to stay ignorant. But if for people who really care, who really want to make a difference and who really want to seek out the truth, then go deeper. I challenge you to go deeper.
Thank you, Eb, and you always welcome on Tea Talk.
Thank you.
I appreciate you greatly, and
Thank
I
you for
love
having
you.
me.
And God bless you abundantly.
God bless you
Keep
too.
you strong, baby.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
All right.